Hi, today I'm going to talk about yo-yo dieting and the effects of it, and also the reality of what yo-yo dieting is on an individual. It's been called weight cycling now. You can call it whatever you like, but I've got a lot of experience with this. Over the last 40 years, by the way, I'm 59 years old. Over the last 40 years or so, I have probably gained and lost 1,000 pounds, maybe more. And so I'm very, very familiar with yo-yo weight loss and gain. And so with me, I was very athletic when I was a youth. I went through puberty, my body changed, and that was kind of when things started going up and down dramatically over the next 40 years. And so I'm fortunate that I've been able to fight it with really being able to modify my behavior. I'm going to talk a little bit about that today because I really believe that's what this entails, is behavior modification. And so I've got a lot of experience with it. I have studied weight loss and nutrition and fitness and health over many years. As a matter of fact, I'm actually a certified, there's one of my certifications, uh, health and nutrition life coach, that I'm actually certified for health and nutrition. So I've done a lot of studying on this. One thing I will say that I truly believe that morbidly obese people or people that yo-yo and fight with their weight are really the ones that understand the mental aspect of major weight loss and major weight gain. And what I mean by that is that I don't really trust people that have always been thin and fit their whole life, even though no matter how much they've studied nutrition and everything, they know how to stay fit. But for somebody like myself and many others, it's an individual thing. So I truly believe that fat people understand fat people and what goes on in our minds, and so a lot related to addiction as well. So I think that we relate better with people that have struggled with the same kind of things that other people have struggled with. So as I've gained and lost weight, there was never an intention. I wouldn't lose 100 pounds and then think, oh man, okay, I can't wait to gain that back. Yeah, that was never the intention at all. So I look at it in two different ways. I look at eating habits, behavioral patterns with eating, as well as exercise. I think that it's a good blend of of trying to be healthy. And this is common sense stuff. This is stuff that we really know. And I think that's what makes it so debilitating sometimes for people, is that we know what is healthy and what's not, but how do we actually zero in on it? And so I'm speaking from experience with this, that eating habits, I was bad with fast food. I was eating 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. So that's usually in my that mode when I'm not really focused on losing weight or staying fit. I don't even like to say that I focus on losing weight. I focus on changing my lifestyle. And you hear a lot of people say that, oh, it's a lifestyle change. Of course it is. And so that's with eating, it's that way. I know what's good and what's not. Most people do. You know, you don't have to tell somebody that's eating a large pizza with, following that up with a, bag of chocolate that that's not a good thing. Most of us understand that. So again, everybody has a different way of managing how much they eat. And for me, I have to plan. And with my planning, I try to stay around 2,000 calories a day of balanced macros and micronutrients with hydration, as well as fats, carbs, and water and so forth, to make sure that I'm balanced. And so for me, what that entails is eating a breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, a dinner, and a snack, and then mixing in as much exercise as I can get in. I'm fortunate, I do like to do long distance running. I'm going to be doing a series on long distance running as well. And so we'll talk more about exercise habits as we get going into this as well. I'm going to do a series on this dieting and weight loss. So the exercise for me is again, I usually go out for a walk. I by the way, in the last 8 months, 9 months or so now, I've lost 80 pounds again, and it's really been by focusing on what I'm eating, how often I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and exercising, and lo and behold, the weight just comes off. It's kind of funny, but it's very basic. It's for me, it's very basic, but I truly believe that it starts in the mind, and that's where we go with this. So exercise habits. I go to the gym now a few times a week. I'm 59 years old, so I'm doing more strength training and been lifting weights as well as a lot of cardio, a lot of running, bicycling. I do a treadmill and other stuff as well as road work. And I just did a 5K yesterday. I've got 2 half marathons planned for November, come a couple months, and a full marathon for next year, which I'm going to do a series on the training that I'm going to do for that full marathon. And so back to the yo-yo dieting part of this, there's a big stigma with this. And this is one reason I'm doing this video, because a lot of people have seen me lose 100 pounds and then gain it back, and lose 100 pounds and gain it back. And there's a level of embarrassment to that. There really is. And I think that, some of it is self-inflicted. If I gain the weight back, and it's really funny because people do like to say, "Oh man, you look good. You've lost a lot of weight." Yeah, that's fine for about 30 seconds, and then after that, it's like I know where I was. I know where I had been and where I went and everything else, and so it does get a little bit embarrassing at times, and it's nobody's fault but mine. But at the same time, there's a stigma that comes with it. If I post on social media, "Hey, I've lost 40 pounds or whatever," I've had people comment, "Oh yeah, but man, you've yo-yo dieted," and I understand that. I understand that, but I do think that if you're watching this, if you've gone into the video this far, and maybe you'll understand that, again, it's not intentional. It's not something that somebody loses 100 pounds and think, "Oh, I can't wait to gain that back." It just it's normally not how it works. So there's some stigma to it that messes with you mentally a little bit as well. And so we talk about lifestyle changes and stuff. Again, the person that is struggling with their weight, I truly believe that 99.9% of the time, they already know they're struggling, and so they're the ones fighting internally with the behavior modification that really needs to occur. Again, morbidly obese people understand morbidly obese people. So if you're watching this, I hope that you know that you're not alone. That's the big thing with this. And if you don't have a problem with your weight, that maybe you understand just a little bit different mindset on what people that go through yo-yo dieting, or I really do like weight cycling, because that's kind of what it seems like, that my weight is cycled up and down over the last bunch of years. So anyway, I hope you got something out of the video that encourages you to, if you're going through weight cycling, focus on today, focus on what you're going to eat, and focus on trying to move your body just a little bit, depending on how big you are. And because I was over 300 pounds, just a few months ago, and so I certainly understand. Just know that you're not alone with that, and if you don't fight with it, try to be as supportive as you can with people, and understand that it's a true struggle, and it's like any other addiction. So thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and look forward to seeing you in the next videos. My next bunch of videos are going to have to do with exercise, strength training, flexibility, things that a 59-year-old person goes through physically with their body and stuff, and then training for the full marathon that I'm going to do a great video series on that as well. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.